Well, Michael Bisping had some comments about what he thought Merab should be doing moving forward. And I actually kind of agree with Michael Bisping. Look, I've had Michael on the podcast, several times, and Michael's a great person, man. Absolutely love his energy. Love everything he says about the sport. Obviously, one of the best, I think, do it ever in the middleweight division. Ultimately, though, I'm going to let you guys listen to what he thinks Merab should do in these comments here, and you guys can be a judge for yourself. This is on the MMA, what is it, Red Corner? I think it's the Red Corner. Yeah, so here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I will play his sound. Red Corner MMA is where this was said. I think it was also on the Jackson podcast, but he said this before they did the Jackson podcast. But I'm going to go ahead and play the sound.
I think if Merab takes a good break, take some time off, maybe 6 months, let's Yan fight Umar Nurmagomedov and then come back and fight the winner. Taking 6 months away, enjoying the spoils of his riches, enjoying his hard work, go to Georgia, spend time with family, eat some food, just think about nothing else but fighting. Think about nothing. Don't think about fighting.
No, I would have to agree with him. I think, look, trying to fight 4 title fights in 1 year is redunculous. It's absolutely crazy. Like, to think like that, you're adding 2 rounds to everything you do. 2 rounds of wrestling, 2 rounds of grappling, 2 rounds of sparring, 2 rounds of pad work, 2 rounds of bag work, 2 rounds, probably adding a little extra running and sprinting as well, because you got to get that extra endurance. Like, there's so much that goes into it, to training for a title fight. And 4 of them in 1 year is ridiculous. It's insane. And the fact that he tried it, I was like, I tip my hat to you, man. I'm impressed. Thoroughly impressed. I think it was insane for him to do it, but I appreciate it. My rant that I had about Roth wrestling and how these guys, when they're getting done, when they're done fighting or they're taking time in between and they're going over there and wrestling against world-class athletes, world-class wrestlers, even though they're not straight wrestlers themselves, I appreciate it. Doesn't turn out well sometimes for them. And sometimes, they put on a better fight than you think. Very rarely do they win. But in this situation, 4 title fights in 1 year is insane. So I appreciate what Bisping is saying here. I think Michael is 100% correct. I don't know about 6 months. Get him in the mix and let's see what happens. Like get him 3 months off. He had he had basically this whole month off now. So December, he's taking the rest of December off, probably halfway through January. He doesn't strike me. Merab does not strike me as someone who can just sit around the house. I'm sorry, man. The guy's diving into the lakes, trying to climb a side of a wall or a cliff with a broken arm. Like he just does wild stuff. And I can appreciate that. When I was younger, I would do dumb shit all the time. Not to that level of dumb, but it keeps him busy, keeps him active, keeps him running around, keeps him doing all the things that keeps him entertained, which is good. Normally that keeps you out of trouble. So I can respect that. Where we at right here? This is where we're at. Merab is number 1. Umar is going to have to get 1 more win. He's fighting here coming up, I think, in January. So that fight happens. And if he wins that fight, if everyone keeps saying it's a for sure win against Figgy, I'm not saying it's for sure win against Figgy. I think he wins. But there's still some danger there. Still some danger. You can't take away what Figgy's done in the flyweight division. And then he's not as big as he was in the flyweight division. But he's still dangerous. He is a little bit older. I mean, I do think that Umar wins that fight. I want to say he wins it convincingly too. But then he goes on to fight Petr Yan. That's a tough fight. And then, look, I would agree with Bisping. If anything, Merab he deserves an automatic rematch. But I think you let somebody else fight Petr Yan first, and see what happens. And then you fight whoever fight the winner. Give your body time to heal. Get back in the gym. Have some fun with it. All those things. I'm not opposed to that. I don't think anyone would be. So, and then if you say anywhere in that mix, right? Merab, he's already fought Sean O'Malley. He's already fought Corey Sandhagen. Song Yadong. Ayman Zahabi. There's fights in there for him if he wants, but I don't think he should take those fights. Like I said, Merab deserves the utmost respect, and I think the UFC appreciates what he tried to do. They love that when he was like basically the UFC, Dana White eats this shit up when you say, hey, I want to try to do something no one else has done. Sure, let's do it. He likes it. He can have you on speed dial and like you pick up the phone, like, yeah, I'm ready to fight in 2 weeks. Cool. Thanks. Gotcha. That's what Dana loves. He eats that shit up. You want to be a fucking fighter? That's what he eats up. So if you're a young fighter, those are like, take a look at what Merab did and look at what Dana's comments about him. Like, I wasn't very warm on Merab. They were trying right before Merab had won the title. Like, I want to say one fight before he was supposed to fight for the title. They were trying to trade Merab to the PFL for Dakota Dicheva. That was this close to getting signed. They were trying to trade that. They were trying to trade him. And now he had 4 title fights in 1 year. And Dana comes out with comments. I wasn't very warm on him. I've warmed up to him now. Dana appreciates that. And I think as a fan, we should appreciate Merab. I wasn't warm on him either. I was like, oh, this guy, like, he doesn't really do it for me. Like, I don't know, kind of quirky, like, kind of almost like bugged me, irritating. But as I started to get to follow him on social media, I started seeing what he was doing with the Sean O'Malley. And then when he took the jacket and all the other stuff with the little skits he does against Sean O'Malley, like, I thought it was fantastic, man. I was like, this guy's got a great personality. He's fun. You gotta learn to appreciate those type of, not taking life too serious. I took life too serious as a younger guy. Too much machismo, too much like I'm too good to do that. This dude, he's doing everything. I love Merab. I love watching him fight. I love his energy. He's grown on me. Not like a fungus, but he's grown on me. Like, I've enjoyed watching him fight. I'm enjoying everything he's doing. So I think he should take some time off, see how the dust settles with the Figgy and Umar fight. See when they're talking about that fight happening, if Umar does win. And look, if Umar doesn't win, you go right to Merab and Petr Yan for the rematch. If Umar doesn't win, it just makes sense. Right away, you have Merab versus Petr Yan in the automatic rematch. And then you basically say, that's your trilogy match. Happens right now. I can't think of another way how to put it. Like, if Umar wins, then you have Umar versus Petr Yan. Then you got a little like 3-way thing going. Could get a little nasty, a little dirty sometimes, in 3 ways. But hey, you have a little 3-way situation going on. You have 3 world-class fighters. They're all good in their own right in different ways. One is great cardio, grind, hustler, just grinding, pushing pace in Merab. Petr Yan got good power, good takedown defense. Very hard to hold down. All of these things. Got good boxing. Great. Then you got Umar, good wrestling mixed in with like a Taekwondo style stand up, in, out, keeps length, keeps reach, but then all the way in, good wrestling. Like, you got 3 fighters that are all different at the top. And then you got Sean O'Malley kind of lingering out there a little bit. Corey Sandhagen kind of lingering out there a little bit. Song Yudong kind of lingering right there. All good fighters. That's a good problem to have if you're the UFC. So I love what Bisping said. I think it is true. I think the way to go about it is, if Umar wins, if I put quotations because I don't like to say, hey, for sure, but I do think he's going to win. I don't want to say for sure, because that's why we fight the fight. That's why we fight these fights. We got to find out who really will win the night of the fight. Umar wins, then I say Merab waits to fight the winner. Because Merab's got to win over both of them. So he'll get another matchup with either one that he's got to win over both of them. He's also got a loss to Petr Yan. Doesn't have a loss to Umar. I think that's a perfect matchup. If Umar loses, you give Merab the automatic rematch. That to me is 100% legit. That puts us right in that category of like, okay, when is Petr Yan ready to fight? And when is Merab ready to fight? Perfect timing. Perfect. That's the way I see that going down. There was some comments also too by John Anik. I don't have that video to pull up, but John Anik said that he could see a world where there's 6 to 7 title fights on the White House card. I don't think so. I mean, but look, John Anik speaking from a place that I'm not speaking from. I don't know. He has, I'm sure, a lot more of the inside track on what potentially could happen there. I think it ends up being like a really long night. If you have three title fights, ends up being a long night. You know, if they all go the distance, fuck, people are pulling their hair out. You put 6 or 7 on there, and let's just say 4 of them, 3 of them go the distance. Ugh, pulling your hair out. Like people are dying. They're just like, oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. So I think, I don't think it's realistic. Potentially the UFC may try to do something like that. I don't know, but I doubt it. I really do doubt it. There's some fights that I would really love to see on that card. That's one question that I really wish I would have asked DC, and I didn't get a chance to ask him. You know, it was a question that I really wanted to talk to him about, was like the White House card. But I felt like we were burning it. Everyone's been talking about the White House card for so long, especially leading up into January. I was like, let's just let it breathe. Let me just hang out and talk to my brother. Just see what's going on. Talk to him about his fight team. Talk to him about what's going on with him with the CBS deal. You know, just I wanted to talk more about, you know, personalized with him. But in this 6 to 7 fights, I don't see it happening. So, but you know, it is what it is. I think they're gonna have having a great card. I think there'll be 6 to 7 fights. I don't think there'll be more than 7 fights. I'm in that 7 fight category. You have 5 on the main card, maybe 2 prelims as people trickle in, people watch, you know, whatever it is. I don't know. But I don't think there's going to be more than 7 fights. Too long of a night on the White House grounds, whatever it is. So ultimately, Bisping, I think, is correct. I laid it out how I thought it should go. Umar wins. He fights for the title, and then Merab fights the winner. If Umar loses, Merab gets an automatic rematch. 6 to 7 fights on the White House card. I could see that happening. Not 6 to 7 title fights, though. I don't see that happening. So anyways, hey, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the Weighing In podcast, and we're out.